Hey, it's Raul. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to talk about pivots, the things that you need to change, do, adapt, so you can make it in the 2023 and 2024 real estate market. From being in this business for a while, I've noticed that a lot of things that used to work are not currently working. And we're going to get into a few of what those things are and some of the pivots I'm making so that you could learn from them and make the same pivots. But first order of business is wholesaling has changed, and you have to be aware that that is a real thing. And the sooner that you can adapt that mindset that the change is here and just embrace it and adapt to it, then the faster you can get results. So now with that being said, let's go into some of the things that I'm currently adding and not doing anymore so you know exactly what's going on. So one of the first things that I was a big advocate of, and I still kind of am, is Novion. So I actually don't think that Novions are working as good as they could be, and it really could be messing up your business. Let me explain. So when you go and put a Novion, or if you don't know what a Novion is, it's really getting a wholesale property and listing it on the market, looking for a retail buyer or a cash buyer, but just putting it on the market and doing that. The challenge with Novion is that it extends your closing period and it extends your cash conversion cycle. What that means is that if you get a wholesale deal, you put it on the market, you wait for a retail buyer, and then you close in 60, 90, or 100 days, well, you spent that marketing dollar today to then get it back 100 days later. So let's say that you made an extra $10,000 on that deal. Well, you made an extra $10,000, but it took you 100 days to do it. Then if you would have made 10,000 less and closed it in 30 days. And then you could have doubled or even tripled that money in those 100 days. What I'm getting at is that Novions can still work, and about 10% of our deals are Novions at this point in time, when it was really like 60 or 70% last year. I think actually what's working now is cultivating those relationships with those cash buyers and closing quickly. Like that, you can get your money back faster, deploy it faster, and keep the ball rolling. Cash conversion cycle is another big point that for years I never really paid too much attention to because I always made good money all the time. But now as the business gets tighter and the competition and things get a little bit more constrained, you have to be careful with how often you're investing money and how quickly you're getting the money back out. Because it will come a time, whether you're a one-man show or whether you have a team, that you will have a cash crunch or you will have some kind of cash flow challenge, right? And the way to get rid of that is you monitor cash conversion cycle like a hawk. What are some things that we've done and we've pivoted? We've set goals for our dispositions team and bonuses that if we close a deal in under 40 days or less, they get a bonus. For example, if we get a property under contract today, we want to close it and fund it in less than 40 days. And if we do that as a team, the acquisitions and the dispositions gets a bonus. Now, why? Because if you really put it on a spreadsheet or if you use a calculator, it's wild how much more money you can make if every 30 days you're getting your money back, as opposed to making 10 or even 20 grand more on a deal, but closing it in 100 days. Now, you might have seen my previous video that I did talking about why cold calling is not a good idea and how you should stay away from it like the plague. But at this point in time, we've decided to go way deeper in our markets. And to go deeper in the markets, that means that it will benefit us to have many different marketing channels hitting the same properties or hitting the same homeowners. So if I'm only doing 2 marketing channels for the same homeowners, it's time for me to add on some more things. Now, I still don't believe that cold calling is the best way to start, or I still don't believe it's the best marketing channel. But at this point, given our budget, we have to diversify our marketing dollars to hit more houses in different ways. So if I'm texting you and I'm getting you online and on Facebook, now if I call you, now we're hitting a bigger chunk of the audience. So we are testing cold calling now, and I'll keep you posted on how it goes. For now, my stance on cold calling is still about the same, and I'll make a video in about a month or so on what my results are. Another one that's been big is higher level employees or higher level team members. What I mean by that is people who take things serious. Now, you could be 18 years old and take something very serious, or you could be 40 years old and take something very serious. So this is not so much of an age thing, but something I've realized after hiring and having probably around 300 to 400 employees throughout my career is that you will not make it to the next level with children. And children do not have to be in age. I'm talking about children mentally. I've had 45-year-olds that are children mentally, and you will not get to the next level. You will not get more deals. You will not be able to scale and go on vacation while your business works for you with children. People who are immature, people who don't take things serious, people who think they're owed more than what they're worth. These types of people. You need people that are down to earth, ready to work, here to hustle, here to make things happen. So one of the big changes is our recruiting process has gotten so much tighter in the sense of I'm doing, 25, 30 interviews per hire. Before I would hire almost every interview because I just wanted people in the door. So that's a big change we've made. And so far it's incredible just to get really good talent next to you that actually will motivate you and tell you what we should be doing. So it's incredible. To go along with that, we used to be commission only for everyone. Now we're paying a small base plus commission. And what this is doing is that it's bringing in people with a mindset that they want to stick with you. Because if you get people on high commission rates only, a lot of times they end up just wanting to do it themselves, which is fine. That's going to happen no matter what, no matter who you are, no matter how good you are or bad. But if you get someone with a base pay plus commission, now you're offering stability for their life. And that typically buys you commitment, that buys you stability for your business, and that buys you almost a bit of a team member mindset instead of I'm a high commission person, I'm here to make as much money as I can to then go and make my own move. So that's a big change we've made recently. And I feel like that change right there is a big grown-up way to think of a business, right? There's very few businesses that make it extremely long-term in the wholesale space with everyone being commission only. It's very tough. You need buy-in, you need commitment, you need longevity, as little turnover as possible. One of the things that I've really bought into is just working more in the real estate investing business. So being involved on calls, running sales trainings, running daily huddles, doing dispo calls, doing dispo training live, talking to the title companies, making relationship with the title companies. Like, I'm really, really involved. And if you were to talk to me 3-4 years ago, I probably would have been not here in front of a camera. I would have been somewhere traveling, not working as hard. But now I've seen that this is what this industry needs. And until the market goes up like this or down like this is where wholesalers thrive. When the market's skyrocketing up, or prices are going down, interest rates are going down. When there's major moves in the market, that's when wholesaling is really good. Right now, it's pretty steady. The interest rates are pretty steady at 7 to 8%. The prices aren't moving or fluctuating up or down too much, month after month. There's not much movement month after month. This market actually is what makes wholesaling a little bit harder. So in exchange for that, if it's your business, if you're a one-man show, if you have a team of 2 or 3 of 10, you have to get involved, period. I do not believe that in this market, you will not make it or surpass your expectations or surpass your goals unless you really, really get involved. So that's what I've been doing. I've committed to it. I come into office every day and I'm just pretty much doing everything that I possibly can. I'm doing it in an organized fashion. And in the meantime, I'm training and having people shadow me and stuff so they can learn, but being hyper involved. I like to flip more than wholesaling in this market right now. So my mindset on this is we want to increase revenue on the board. And we want to increase what I like to call controllable revenue. Because sometimes when you put more wholesale deals on the board or you get more contracts signed, you can't control a lot of times when those deals close or if sellers back out or buyers back out. There's a percentage of that revenue that you're actually going to capture. Now, with flips, you can add a lot of controllable revenue. So if you buy the house, right, like you take it down and you fix it and you flip it, it could be a fix of $5,000, it could be a fix of $50,000. I have projects right now that we've spent $250,000 renovating it, and I have a project right now in Cape Coral I'm gonna spend $6,000 renovating it. There's different ways to do it, but the point is that if you buy a house and you do the numbers correctly, you know roughly what you're gonna make. Okay, the house is worth $500, I'm buying it for $300, I'm gonna put $100 into it, I'm gonna make about $60,000 to $70,000 after everything's said and done. So it's a pretty controllable revenue number. If things go wrong and you make 30 grand, okay, you make 30 grand. If things go right and the market goes up and you make 120, great. But it's a controllable revenue. So I really like adding that at this point in time in the market so you know exactly where your money is going to be in the future. I have a real ninja way of doing deals so that your wholesale business still doesn't feel it, and we'll do that on a later video. The big priority for dispositions right now is how quickly can we sell it and close. I don't care if you think that we can sell it for 5 grand more. I don't really care. I'm going right now with the buyers who can submit deposit and close the fastest. Even if we take 5K less, 10K less, we want our marketing dollars back as fast as possible so we can scale that up as fast as we can. So that's what we're prioritizing on the disposition side. We're emphasizing daily training in our company. We're reviewing calls and we're doing comps daily with everyone so we can get better and better and no call slips through the crack. So another marketing channel that we've added is pay-per-lead marketing channel. I actually have a link for the website we use called Need to Sell. Another pivot we've made is add a different marketing channel. We talked about cold call and now we've also added pay-per-lead as a marketing channel. What that is that there's companies that will sell you online leads for a cost, and we use Need to Sell, and I have a special affiliate link on the link below that you guys can check it out. So we put a chunk of our budget in that every month so we get leads that we purchase that we have to just do nothing. It literally just pop it in our CRM, we call them and we close the deal. I changed the work hours of my business and some people think I'm crazy. Instead of 9 to 5, starting in the afternoon. So here's our schedule. So we got Monday and Friday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Tuesday and Thursday, 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. and Wednesdays 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. Why do we do this? Well, after studying this business for years and years and years and all the contracts we've gotten, we've realized that most of our contract, 80% of our contracts were signed after 6 p.m. and they were signed after 6 p.m. on a Tuesday and on a Thursday. So we made those days for us to start and work until 8 p.m. If we're gonna spend as a team let's say 40 hours a week working and being on the phones. Why don't we spend those 40 hours being on the phones when people are answering the most and when people are willing to sign contracts? And the truth of the matter is, in our business, our clients are homeowners who are blue collar, who are working, and they're not ready to sign a contract at 10 a.m. when their boss is telling them to do stuff, you know? So we made that change and it's been great. It's been great for the culture and it's been great for signing more contracts. Thank you for watching the video. Drop a comment on what pivots you're making in your real estate business or what you think about what we talked about today.